Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey, how are we doing? How are we doing today? Hopefully everybody is doing well. We got some new members. Why are they not starring it? We got some new members. Thank you, Miss Karen, and thank you, Liquid, for becoming new members.
Now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
And thank you so much for the early contribution. Malika said, peace and love, good sister, into the chat. Thank you so much. Somebody put the membership link in the chat for Chrissy so that she can hit that link. Meanwhile, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button while you're here. Matter of fact, mods, put it on subscriber only. Put the chat on subscriber only for me. Because it's a lot of jazz being talked in my chat, but I'm wondering if it's by somebody that even subscribes to the content. That's what I'm trying to figure out. My mods can't do it. Y'all can do that. Who can't do that? Y'all not able to do it? Almana says she can't do it. Hold on. It just takes me a minute. Give me a quick little moment. Okay. Thank you, Miss Monica, for becoming a new member, sweetheart.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Okay. All right. So the reason why I wanted to do this show today is because there's always a lot of talk about women. And the focus, admittedly, is basically the modern women, the hyenas, the gynocrats, the 304s. There's a lot of euphemisms on the internet for these types of women, right? And for the most part, it's with good reason that their behavior is focused upon. Everybody's got their different angle that they do it, reason why they focus on it. But here's the thing. In doing so, lionesses get lost in that shuffle. Lionesses get lost in that shuffle. And one of the ways in which lionesses get lost in that shuffle is we get lumped in with every other woman, especially when it comes to what we expect or what we want or what we value in men. And part of what led to this show is, I typically hear things like, she'll be with you, but if some man comes along with more money, she'll leave you for that guy because only money matters to women. Women are only attracted to men that have money, that are aesthetically pleasing, and basically nothing else matters to them. They will accept any kind of behavior from the man. They will accept any other condition that he brings to her, as long as he has a particular amount of money and as long as he is sexually or physically attractive to her. Then it doesn't matter what he does or how he acts or anything like that. And basically, it's saying that there is no other criteria for women, and this is for all women, no matter what kind of woman she is. This is for all women. And I gotta have pushback for that. As one of the representatives of lionesses, I gotta have some pushback for that, actually a lot of pushback for that. Because since we focus so much on hyenas and 304s and blah, 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 we're well versed in the foolishness that they are talking about. We're well versed in how they view men. We are well versed in how they treat men, what they do around men. We're well versed in their money hungry tendencies and their willingness to put up with a whole lot of foolishness. Whole lot of foolishness. Whole lot of foolishness. As long as he fulfills these very superficial criteria. And it's things like, it's situations like Cassie, the Cassie Diddy situation, and so many other situations besides. When we look at these so-called celebrities, these so-called social media popular people, and we look at the chicks, they're getting passed around the same guys pass around the same small group of chicks. They're moving from one guy to another. And we know that these females are for sale. We know that it's for a price. We know that when we talk about the Cassie Diddy situation, she was there putting up with so much foolishness, even up to and including various forms of abuses, just because Diddy got money and status, and she was attracted to him, and she felt like she could get a certain benefit, a certain number of benefits from him and things of that nature. So she put up with a whole lot of what a lioness would never put up with. I don't care who he was. She put up with it. And we know that she did that for the lifestyle. We know that she did it for the money. We know that she did it to be included in that circle. We know that she did it because Diddy is a rich man. We already know why. Like, so we don't have to wonder, well, why would she put up with that? You know what I'm saying? And all of those types of women do it at the level that they do it. You look at Tahiri Jose and how she talked bad about Joe Budden now, but when she was with him, that was the best she could do, right? And she stuck through. She came out and said he was this kind of abusive and that kind of abusive, and he was, allegedly doing drugs and all this other type of stuff while he was with her. But Tahiri stayed with him how long? Like, Tahiri was with him for a good minute. And we know why. We know why she stayed. Joe Budden at one point was hot. He had the status, she was attracted to him and all of those types of things. So she withstood a lot of foolishness in dealing with him. You know what I'm saying? And then once it was all done and once it was all over, once everything was said and done and she was no longer reaping any benefit from him, now, you know what I'm saying, he's a monster now, he was doing this and doing that to her and blah, 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 blah. So we all understand the 304. But what we don't understand is the lioness. And the reason we don't understand the lioness is because we don't talk about her. We don't talk about her. We don't discuss who the lioness actually is. Okay? We don't talk about what she required to be in a relationship. We don't talk about the things that she required, because another one of the talking points is, if a woman want to be with you, she'll drop all her standards and all of her expectations to be with you. That's true for hyenas in some instances. That's actually the opposite for lionesses. We actually maintain the standards. There are more standards. There are actually more standards. There are actually more standards. There's more. So now let's do a quick comparison. What do hoes like? What do hoes want in a man? They want money. The top two things they want is money and sex appeal, right? Money is the top criteria because she'll go down in what she considers to be sex appeal if he has the correct amount of money, according to her, right? So this is her number one and almost always, almost her only vetting criteria that she has for him. If he can show up with a particular amount of money, then she's going. She's going. Because hoes go for that. Prostitute. We are living in an age of prostitution culture, stripper culture. And that culture thrives on the dollar. It thrives on how much a man is going to trick on her. How much is he going to spend? How much money is he going to come out of his pocket with? And all of these things, like how much is he really going to, that supposedly is an indicator of how much he's going to invest in you by how much money he's going to spend on you, especially initially, without her making any investment. See, prostitutes, strippers, whores, things of that nature are getting paid for their presence, right? I need that to be understood. They are getting paid simply for their presence. Men are going where they exist in order to pay them for their presence. They're getting paid to shake their butts and expose their bodies. They're getting paid for sexual favors. They're getting paid. They're getting paid for existing and putting themselves out there to the world as sexual beings to be objectified and to be purchased on some level. Okay. All right. So because we're in more than hookup culture, we are in prostitution culture, right? And that it promotes all of that. All of that is promoted. The second thing that she wants is sex appeal. For the truly ridiculous, he don't even have to have money. If he's got an extreme amount of sex appeal, okay, he can actually sometimes even be broke. And because he's able to pipe her down in a way that drives her crazy, he don't really have to have a whole lot else going on in his life. Okay. Now, if we are, I'll get to that later. I'm not going to cross that bridge too fast before I get to it because I'm building something up. So it's a close second to the first thing. All right. If he's sexy and he got money, she's sold. She's sold for as long as she feels like she can get some type of benefit out of him, i.e. Cassie and Diddy. Right? She was sold. She found Diddy to be attractive physically and he had money. Done deal. Done deal. Done deal. Which goes back to what I said before. She will accept pretty much almost anything up to and including different forms of abuse from this man, knowing that it is wrong, knowing that his behavior is wrong, knowing that in any other circumstance she would not accept it. Okay, but she accepts it even though she knows it's wrong, doesn't really like the behavior, right? But as long as she is receiving whatever the benefits are that she counts as a benefit, she will accept the unacceptable from this man. She will accept the unacceptable things. In any other situation, she would never do it. But because she can be bought literally with money, she can be purchased like an item, she will accept, she will simply accept his whatever his behavior is, right? Okay. The third thing is that hyenas want the pros without the so-called cons. Hyenas want the benefit of being with a man without the rest of his manhood or his masculinity, right? She does not want, nor does she appreciate, nor does she desire any of his other stuff that his masculinity come with. She counts those things as a con. His system, order, and structure, his, his masculinity, his problem solving, all of those different things. She actually doesn't want that. She does not want him to present no type of order to her, bring her no correct. She don't want none of that. She don't want none of that. That is a complete turn off to her. She does not like that. That's the number one way to run her off, actually. No matter what kind of benefits you giving her, that's actually the one unacceptable thing she won't accept is too much order being brought to her because it checks her chaos. Right? Okay. So for the hyenas, engaging in excessive monkey branching, what I call toxic hypergamy, is her MO. That's her MO. Her MO is excessive monkey branching. So anytime she's with somebody, just know that it's temporary. If she is able at all to get a man that is so-called better than the one that she's got. Now, again, we go back to Cassie. The guy that she was with before, Diddy was so-called better than that guy. He had more status. He had more, you see what I'm saying? Because she's judging still on these very, very, very superficial things. She's still judging on those very superficial things. So if another man comes along with more superficial things in a greater capacity, or at least the way she perceives it, she probably going to monkey branch, okay, to this man. Okay, she probably going to cheat or whatever. You know, somehow, some way, if she thinks she's got a shot, she's gonna go to try to go over to this man. Okay, she's gonna try to do it. Okay, so when we observe this type of behavior and we hear the talking point, where she'll leave you for the next man with money and things of that nature, it's correct mostly, right? But it doesn't apply to the lioness. It actually doesn't apply to the lioness. Okay. Because we do utilize our hypergamy. We do. But we don't utilize it in that manner. The fact that we are all women is really where the comparison has to stop. The fact that we're women and we have female nature. That's pretty much it. How we operate in that nature, different. The things that we do, what we decide to do with that, how we show up in our femininity, completely different. Okay. So what are we saying that the hoes want? The hoes are valuing in men everything within the lost value system. Wealth is one. Leisure is two, because sex is leisure. Sex is leisure in this instance. How well he can pipe her down, that's a part of leisure. And that's why sometimes number 1 and 2 battle each other. Okay? Because she doesn't want any detachment from the money, and she doesn't want any limit from the sex either. Okay? So she is valuing everything within the lost value system. That's why that's what she wants. She wants the money. She wants the leisure. She only wants to pay attention to what he do for work, whether or not, what kind of education level and things of that nature. What's not really on her radar is his internal value. She don't care nothing about who this person is. She don't care about who this man is really on the inside. She not worried about that, because as long as he can do the wealth thing, the sex thing, she can brag on his profession and his status and all that sorts of things. As long as she can brag on that, as long as she can get some clout off of it, as long as she can get some benefit out of that, she don't care nothing about, she ain't asked him about no spiritual good, because she's not thinking of that anyway. She don't ask him about no, she don't care about his health. Long as he can get his thing up, she good. She good. She ain't trying to check no my chart or nothing. She just letting them slide raw, all kinds of stuff. She don't care nothing about his family. She don't care if his family fool with him or not. She don't care if he got baby mamas everywhere. She don't care. She don't care. She don't care if his family thought his His thoughts on family is all over the place. She's not having these conversations with him. She don't care about what he says. She accept anything he say as long as he's willing to give her some money and give her some D and let her have clout. You see what I'm saying? The only thing that she care about is appearance value. She quote unquote don't want to be embarrassed, quote unquote. Right? But she ain't even going too deep there either. She not worried about whether or not his home is peaceful. She don't care. She don't care. Okay? So everything within the lost value system is what she care about. That's what she care about. That is what she value in men, and that is what she look for. So it hurts me to hear men be like, no, I can't find a woman because women only care about the money, and I don't make a certain amount, or I'm not tall. That's the nonsense hyenas talk about. That ain't no nonsense no lioness talking about. Lionesses ain't talking about that nonsense. We ain't talking about that nonsense. We ain't talking about that nonsense. Ain't no lioness up here talking about. Ain't no lioness never asked no man how much he actually make and judge him based on that. We'll see what you capable of, and we will move accordingly to that. Because we want something. We want something too. Lionesses want something. Because that's the other extreme, right? That's the other extreme. If you're a good woman and you're a lioness, you're not supposed to want nothing. That's a lie too. That's a lie too. But we right on time for our commercial break. So after these messages, we'll be right back. Because I need everybody to go to ashkicking.com. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. Summertime is upon us. Sundress season is upon us. Tank top season is upon us. Sandal toe out season is upon us. And so, with that being said, we need our skin to be glowing. We need it to be soft. We need it to be moisturized all day. And we don't need it to be loaded down and feeling heavy and thick either. So this is where Ash Kicking's body butter actually comes in at, because it's such a high quality product. It's not going to feel weighted down and heavy or any of that. All that you're going to feel is that your skin is very soft, and that you're very moisturized, and that skin is going to be glowing and looking healthy. So you definitely want to go once again to ashkicking.com, pick up all of your personal care products there. If this is going to be your first time ordering, definitely take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson. Once again, at the top of the chat, ashkicking.com. Don't know how many likes I need, but I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you so much. I think I did, Monica. The Mrs. O show. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And just in case I skipped Monica, thank you so much as well for becoming a member of the channel.
Now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you so much, Miss Lawrence. Sorry I'm late to the cookout. That work thing always gets in the way. Sending blessings to you and thank you so much. And thank you, D said, busy killing it at work, but I'm back sending date night money. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay. So now we're going to talk about what do lionesses actually want from men? What do we really want from them? Because again, we're not going to go to the other extreme. Well, lionesses don't want anything. They don't want no money. They don't want no attention. They don't want no time. You don't have to be nobody. You ain't got to be doing nothing or going nowhere. And we'll just come into your life and be these wonderful women. And you don't have to put any effort into a relationship with us. Lies. Lies. And any female that come through talking about lionesses don't need nothing, lies. Might be a chameleon, might be talking to a hyena. Because I will never sit nowhere and tell that lie. Like lionesses don't need nothing. Yes, we do. We actually need quite a bit. We need quite a few things. We need quite a few things. Need. Okay. And so we're not gonna sit here and say you can have 2 pennies to your name and you ain't ever gotta get no more money, or you ain't gotta work no job. And we'll just come in. Nope. Mm-mm. So let's talk about what we actually want. First thing that we are looking for is internal value. The first thing we vet for in men is who he is. We need to know that he got his mind right. His mind got to be right. Now, why is that so important to a lioness, you would ask? Why wouldn't money be the most important thing to a lioness? Don't she want to get taken care of? Of course, we like being taken care of. We like the provision just as much as the next woman. However, a lioness is going to invest much more than a hyena ever would, because we actually want to invest in the relationship. We know what we're going to do. Okay? We know what submission is. We know what obedience is. We understand our roles as women. So we know there's going to be a lot of work involved. Lionesses hunt. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Lionesses are the huntresses of the pride. We do a lot of work, a lot of footwork, a lot of getting our hands in the trenches, a lot of it. So as a lioness, we understand that once we get into a relationship, we actually have to engage in a relationship, and we actually have to invest in the relationship. We have to invest mentally. We have to invest spiritually. We have to invest physically. We have to invest financially. We have an investment that needs to be made. And we also understand a very key thing. We are putting ourselves in a position, because we are submissive, we are putting ourselves in position to be led by a man, meaning that we are giving ourselves over to let another, as an adult female, to let another adult have the last say on what our lives are going to be. That's a big deal. That's not no small situation. That's not a small situation at all. That is not a small decision to be made. So we have to be very careful who we gonna do that with. Cannot be done with everybody. And money does not ensure anything. When it comes to that, that's why money is not our number one vetting tool, not the number one criteria. It can't be. Because what we're going to do, money don't guarantee none of it. Money don't guarantee it. Money does not give us the security we actually looking for in order to do this. Money doesn't really do that. It has to be him. It has to be who he is in his mind and in his heart. Because that's not so easy to change. His financial status may actually change for the better or worse or whatever. But who he is, that's not likely to actually change. So since we are as adult females saying, I'm going to put my life in the hands of a person, a man, that I am going to trust to make decisions that are life altering and life impacting to me directly. And he's going to be the one with the final say on what I do with my life. That's not small fries. That is not small potatoes. I don't care what nobody say. This is why hyenas don't like lionesses, because they figure we're stupid to even think like that in the first place. But that's how lionesses think. And the reason we think like that is because we can't operate any other way. We are incapable of doing what we know how to do without that structure. We can't hunt if it ain't a lion pride. We cannot do our job. The reason why his spiritual value and his health and all, how he think is so important is because we are putting ourselves in a subservient position to him. And we are putting ourselves in a position to where he's dominating over us in many different ways. He got to be right, because we're making ourselves vulnerable. So if we're gonna show him our underbelly, we gotta make sure he ain't gonna slash our throat when we do it. We gotta make sure he's not gonna do that. So he gotta be right in the head first. He gotta be right in the heart first. He has to have a good understanding of his position as the leader, and making sure that he knows the difference between leadership and tyranny. He got to know that. That can't be a confusion for him. Because if he doesn't know that difference, if he doesn't know the difference between leadership and tyranny, or if he doesn't understand his position of leadership in the first place, we fail. We're going to fail because we don't know. We don't even know how to respond to that. We don't know how to respond to that. And see, what's going to happen is you're going to start getting the lioness's teeth and claws, because see, when lions don't do what they supposed to do with the pride, lionesses jump them. You understand me? When lions fail to do what he should be doing, what everybody in the pride know he's supposed to do, when he consistently do not do this stuff, he endangers them and all this other kind of stuff, a lioness will jump him. They'll jump him. Running right out of there. You got to go. Because we can't even hunt good because of you. We don't know how to respond properly to that. You start getting lioness teeth and claws. That's all I can say. We don't know how to act. We only know how to act when the structure is there. That's why we be wanting the man's structure. We actually want his structure. Okay, which leads me to the second thing that lionesses value most. A lioness needs structure and leadership, again, or else we do not operate properly. So we got a whole different deal when lionesses say, I want the leader. I want a leader. See, we understand what we ask for. Hyenas just say that because it sounds cute, right? And then they weaponize that concept so that when they don't know how to be followers, they can blame him. Well, you the leader, you supposed to do that. And he ain't no leader. They don't even know what leadership really entails. They've never been good followers. They don't know what good leadership look like. And they don't even want the leadership. They don't want that. They don't want that from the man. Because remember what I said, the one behavior that they don't accept is when he bring order to chaos. They don't like none of that. They don't like none of that. Lionesses thrive underneath it. When we don't have good leadership or SOS, we don't do very well. We don't do very well. And it actually deprives us of engaging our abilities 100%. So when women is talking about they don't want to cook and clean and this and that and the third, lionesses is looking at that like, girl, what are you talking about? And the reason why we look at that is because cooking, cleaning, that's so baseline. It's like, girl, that ain't even really femininity right here. That's not even really tapping into your womanhood, really. Because truth be told, all that house cleaning and domestic work, lionesses get bored of that real quick. Because we doing it like this. You understand what I'm saying? It's so baseline. We doing it with our eyes closed. It's like, okay, do you got anything else? Because I am not washing dishes all day, but I already did that. That's why lionesses don't understand when hyenas because it's so hard to wash a dish. Like, it's too baseline. So we actually get annoyed. Don't just sit me down. I hunt. So you got to put me to use. Lionesses want to be put to use. So this is why we want leadership from the man. In reality, we're asking for a man to actually have something going on that engages our skill set as a lioness, because we don't even feel like whole women if we can't do that. If we can't hunt, what's the teeth and the claws for? What we doing? We don't even know what to do with it. It's like, okay, I got all this femininity, but you're not allowing me to really use it because, listen, this is why one of the most dangerous places for a lioness to be is with a hyena male. She can't be with a hyena male. Dangerous place. Dangerous place for her to be. We have to be with lions. We have to be. We don't know what to do other than that. Thank you. Our brain. See, lionesses are very intelligent. Very intelligent. You ever notice how a real smart kid that's not being challenged, act out a little bit? Because they ain't learning nothing. You're not making me think. But what? What you want me to do? What you want me to do with this little kid work? See that cooking, cleaning, and all that's kid work. That's kid work. That's worksheets. That's busy work. You know how school used to give you busy work? We don't want no busy work. See, a leader got something for you to do. Leader got something for you to do. Leader got some work for you. He got some work for you to be doing. He got some way he needs you to actually contribute to the relationship, right? Because cooking and cleaning and folding clothes and stuff, that ain't really contributing to the relationship. Let's just be honest. My husband don't need me to cook him nothing. He really don't. He ain't gonna eat. If I never cooked he gonna starve. He can't go in there and fix him an egg sandwich or nothing. You mean tell me he ain't got hands? He ain't, you know what I'm saying? See how basic that is? That's not impressive. Right? That's part of the domestic work, but that's not the be all end all. You think if I don't wash his clothes, they're gonna be nasty? Huh? You think he don't know how to clean? He know how to clean up. I mean, it's cool that I do it right so that he don't have to do it right. But it's still baseline, is what I'm saying. So aside from that, he got stuff for me to do. I have to contribute to the relationship, actually. This is what I meant by lionesses invest themselves completely. We turn ourselves over completely into the relationship. No plan B, no foot in and out, and all that kind of stuff. We don't get a man in the chamber. You understand what I'm saying? Lionesses don't have a backup man. We don't keep male orbiters so that if something go quote unquote wrong in this relationship, we got some man who's going to let us cry on his shoulder. Yeah, right. We don't got that. We consciously don't do it because it brings problems in a relationship. It casts a shadow of doubt on loyalties and things of that nature. So we already know. Okay, we ain't sitting up studying our DMs to see which man is in the DMs, and then we gonna get with him if he act up. Like we don't even have that mindset, because we can't have that mindset. We can't have the mindset because that mindset works against the actual flourishing of the relationship, and we like our relationships to work. We don't like our relationships to not work because we don't like not being under a structure. We don't like that. We don't like that. That actually drive us up the wall. Them years I spent single, I ain't like that. So as this ain't no lion around here. What? We don't like that. That's not fun to us. The stuff that hyenas find fun and pleasurable, lionesses don't find that to be fun. It's nerve-wracking, to be honest with you. It drives our anxiety up. So we don't like none of that. We don't really like foolishness because it do too much. It's doing too much. We don't like unnecessary friction and, just a lot of unnecessary bull crap. We don't really like that. Right. So, Crimson, what about money and sex appeal? You mean to tell me lionesses want broke men that's ugly? Nope. Nope. No, we do not. Because I promise you I'm not going to be with a dude that don't got nothing. Because if you don't have anything, you don't produce at all, that lets me know that your internal values are not intact. Because your external values are a reflection of the things that you got going on internally. So if you have no traction externally, you ain't got no traction internally. Can't waste my time. You're not going to waste my time. Not going to waste my time. Because just told you I want to work. It's some type of work to do. And if you ain't got no work to do, you ain't even got no work for you to do. I know you ain't got no work for me to do. What am I over there for? We over here to do what? Because see, it's not a lioness's job to make a man out of you. We're not looking to do that. That go against our femininity in the first place. We can't make a man out of nobody because we not men. What do I know about making a man out of somebody? Because if you ain't got that down pat, you really ain't finna waste my time. What am I teaching you about that? I tell any lioness, we don't problem solve for no men now. I know. I'll present myself as a resource for you to solve your own problem with, but I'm not doing that. Lionesses stay on their feminine. We not doing that. Do that for. Do we want a man with no sex appeal? Of course not. I gotta be attractive. I gotta be trying to pop my tail up and wiggle in his face. You know, you seen a lioness do that. I'm trying to wiggle around. And if I don't want to wiggle around, you're not gonna waste my time like that either. It's just that the money and the sex appeal is not first. I.e., the wealth and the leisure don't come first. It factors in. It's just not top at the top. Definitely factors in. So lionesses want provision. We want monetary provision. We want something. Just like women want something. We women. Right? We women. You may not have to buy me a Birkin bag. You know, we ain't taking Birkin bags and busted lips around here. Right? But you know, you can stop at the little corner thing and get us a little thing of flowers there once and again. We ain't gonna be mad at you for doing that. You understand? So we want financial provision. We want to know that you're stable. That's what we really want to know. When it comes to finances, lionesses really want to know that you are stable in your own finances, whether we was with you or not. We want to know, do you know what you're doing? Again, because if you got to provide structure for us, your life got to have a structure. We not coming to bring order to your life. That's not what we do. That is not what we do at all. And we are not coming to you to be submitted under foolishness. We come into your life to add to whatever you got going on. You got to be stable. Ain't no lioness finna waste no time with no man. And he from pillar to post. Money funny. Your money funny all the time. You just want somebody to be rich. Well, you don't have to worry about that, now do you? Okay. So those things factor in. We just don't stop at that point. That's just not where we start and stop. Whether he's got some money, whether he can, he's sexy, or what I'm saying, or whatever, what the sex is. So being a lioness is not about how little we want in comparison to what a hyena wants. That's not the indicator for us. I'm going to tell you what it really is. Being a lioness is not about how little we want in comparison to what a hyena wants. It's about whether or not we honor what is given. Hyenas do not honor what is given. They feel entitled to what is given and then complain about it. Lionesses feel honored, and we feel like we need to reciprocate. If he's going to sacrifice, we have to make the play, right? If he's going to draw up the play, we got to run the play. That's what lionesses feel. Whether or not we can honor that which is given to us, not to tell us that we should not want anything. That is not the indicator of a lioness. The difference is what we do with what was given to us. Lionesses don't really feel entitled to it. We like it, we love it, we want it. It's 4 P's and all of that. We want every last bit of that. But we also want to honor it. So we want and value the internal value first, then the external values. We just prioritize that differently. And because we prioritize it differently, we behave differently around it. That's the true difference. That's the difference between what lionesses want out of men. I hope that was clear. I hope that was clear. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else? No, I think that's it. And it's starting to storm here. I don't know if y'all hear that thunder. Thank you, Miss Lou Casey said we sure do have specific requirements from our lions. Tell me about it. We don't drop the standard, baby. It's a lot of standards. Even when we're attracted. Almost especially when we're attracted. Thank you, Chicago Chano said, when I talk with young men doing Uber about their relationships, I ask 2 questions. Do you have a vetting process? And did you have a plan for her before you started dating her? Eyes wide open afterwards. Exactly. Thank you, Nia Moon. So I see an opportunity to see your live stream teach. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. O. So assist you on point. Thank you so much. And thank you, Miss Mia, for your super sticker. Thank you all for your support. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Cut this off. This storm sound crazy. So anyway, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.